95 degrees in New Jersey. So I have to break out the guns. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, it's very hot here in New Jersey. I feel like I live in Florida right now. And I'm melting internally. I don't like the heat. But if you could tell by the title, I got another Miami Dolphins Mythbuster video for you. And I'm going to talk about check down Tua. Is it true or is it false? Now, this isn't going to be me, regardless, defending Tua or blaming Tua. This is literally a factual video, no opinions. I'm going to factually look at it. That's what the Mythbuster videos are. It's not my opinion based. It's not, I do all this research like this because my keyboard's really high up. And I bring you the facts, and then we come to a conclusion. You can come to a conclusion in the description, the comment section below. I come to a conclusion here with the microphone in my face, and we decide whether it's confirmed or busted. And yes, this one is that Tua only throws checkdowns, which obviously is not true, because if he only threw checkdowns, he wouldn't have the amount of passing yards. But I see it in the comment section. I see it on Twitter. I see it on Facebook. I see it everywhere among the fans that constantly call him check down Tua, check down Charlie, check down this, check down that, double discount check down, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to see, right? And essentially what this is going to be is I'm going to essentially look at the passing percentage attempts. But first, let's literally see what the definition of check down is. Now, because some people might say, Doug, that's not considered a check down, or a check down is this. So again, this is all factual. There's no opinion based here. So take your Tua lover hat on, your Tua hater hat off. Take them off. This is facts. So Webster's Dictionary. Yeah, Webster's Dictionary literally has check down in there. A short pass play to a running back or tight end that the quarterback chooses after reading the defense coverage and sees no play downfield. Check down. To your running back, to your tight end. Short. I'm saying under 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's a check down, right? And then just to go with more, Wikipedia says check down passes when a quarterback attempts to complete a short, accurate pass to a running back or tight end is the last option when the wide receivers are covered. The term means that the quarterback has checked down his list of receivers because his quarterback does not look for the check down until after he's scanned with them. So again, check down is 5 yards and behind is what I'm saying here. So behind the line of scrimmage, screens, quick check downs. Okay, that's what a check down is. So that being said, I did, like I said, a ton of research, and we're going to get into this. Now, I'm going to start with Tua, and then we're going to compare him to other quarterbacks and see, does he throw just check downs? What is his average check down percentage? Because I went and I found the attempt percentage. So I looked at the total amount of passes and I found the percentage of attempts at different lengths of passing. Pop it up, PFF, fantastic people, fantastic place. And I do pay the premium to get these things. So for Tua Tagovailoa, he threw 290 attempts, not completions. These are just attempts. He threw 290 attempts. Behind the line of scrimmage, he threw it. 11% of those passes were behind the line of scrimmage, aka checkdowns. From 0 to 10 yards was 54.1% of his passes. And from 10 to 20 yards is 19.7% of his attempts or passes. And 20 plus or downfield passes was 10% of his passes. And so you look at that and you say, well, Doug, 11% of his passes are checkdowns. Kind of leans towards the fact that it's kind of check down Tua, check down Charlie, the Chinese check down, whatever you want to say it is. So I knew That was a situation. So what I did was, okay, 11% of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage, aka checkdowns. How does that equate or stack up to other NFL quarterbacks? And does that make him a check down Charlie or whatever you guys call him? So I looked at the other two quarterbacks that he got drafted with, and I looked at some of the top passing quarterbacks, not only in his division, but in the NFL. So look at Justin Herbert. He had 595 attempts. Let's just take this little discussion, this little topic, and just put it over here real quick. That is why the man has over 4,000 yards. 595 attempts. That is horrible. I feel bad for his arm. I feel bad for Justin Herbert. Now let's come back and bring in this discussion. So out of 595 attempts, 18.8% of his attempts was behind the line of scrimmage. So Herbert threw more checkdowns than Tua did. And again, you could say, well, he threw more attempts. That's not how percentage works. Percentage essentially is the percentage amount of time. So did it more than Tua when it came to the percentage with 18.8. 0 to 10%, 0 to 10 yards, 44.7. Tua threw more of those. 10 to 20, 18.2. Tua threw about 1.5% more. And yes, Justin Herbert threw 1.3% more deeper passes. That's understandable. The kid threw for 4,000 yards and he slung the ball down the field more. So again, it brings back the question, is Tua a check down Charlie? Does Tua only throw check downs? If the guy who won Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, threw more check downs than him. Let's keep going. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. We just got done with Justin Herbert, Doug. Behind the line of scrimmage, he actually threw less, 10.4, but only a 0.6% less behind the line of scrimmage, 48.5, 0 to 10 yards, 23.5, 10 to 20, and 11.9, 20 plus. So he was more, Joe Burrow was slinging it more from, past the line of scrimmage to the 20s, right? He was slinging it more. He wasn't throwing as many checkdowns, only by, 0.6%, I said? So there's that. So looking at just the rookie quarterbacks that were drafted with him, Tua kind of is averaged. His passing distance and the amount of attempts he threw at the different level is about on par, because his behind the line of scrimmage is way less than Herbert, but about the same as Burrow. His 0 to 10 is a little bit more than the both of them by about 6 and 10%. His 10 to 20 is more than Herbert, but a little bit less than Burrow, and his 20 plus is about there, 1.3 less than Herbert and 1.9 less than Burrow. So his average distance attempts is about the same. I would say the biggest discrepancy is his attempts, probably about the 10 to 20 yarder, and Joe Burrow is the one that attempts it the most. So I was looking at that. Then I was looking at, okay, those are the rookies that got drafted. And what about the best quarterbacks from this past year? Deshaun Watson had the most passing yards. I forgot to say that Joe Burrow had 404 attempts, way more than Tua. Deshaun Watson had 544 attempts. He threw it behind the line of scrimmage 11.9% of the time. Again, a 0.9% more. He threw it between 0 and 10 yards, 43.8, a little less than Tua. Between 10 to 20 yards, 26.7, more than Tua. And he threw the deep ball 20 plus yards, 12.3, 2.3% more than Tua. But if you look again at the check down at the behind the line of scrimmage, Tua threw it less. So he's, again, on par. Look at Patrick Mahomes. went to the Super Bowl. He was the second leading quarterback with passing yards behind the line of scrimmage. 15.3% of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage. 0 to 10, 44.3%. Again, little less. His 10 to 20, 22.1%. Little more than Tua by about 1 point something percent, and his deep ball 20 plus yards 11.5, which is only 1.5% more than Tua. So again, Patrick Mahomes threw about 4.3% of his passes behind the line of scrimmage, more than Tua. Then the last quarterback I'll compare is quarterback in this division, a quarterback now we're going to have to deal with. He's coming into his all. They bring in Stephon Diggs to help him. Really does. Josh Allen. Josh Allen had 572 passing attempts behind the line of scrimmage. Checkdowns, 13.4% of his passes were behind the line of scrimmage. A good 2.4% more than Tua. 0 to 10 yards, 44.5%, a little less than Tua. 22.4, 10 to 20 yards, 22.4%. A little more than Tua, and his deep ball 20 plus yards is 12.6%, about 2.6% more than Tua. So if you look at it, right, and again, we're talking check down Tua, check down Charlie, all that stuff. If you look at the average of all these quarterbacks, whether it's in his draft class, whether it's the top quarterbacks in the league this past year, or even the top quarterback in his division right now, besides Joe Burrow, threw it behind the line of scrimmage less than Deshaun Watson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. When it came to 0 to 10 yards, he was about on par with these guys. Again, he threw it 54.1% of the time. Everyone else, 44.7, 48, 43, 44, 44. So he was about there, off by about 10% less. And then you look at the 20, 19.7%, threw more of those than Herbert, about less than Burrow, Watson, little less than Patrick Mahomes, and less than Josh Allen. And his deep ball is about averaged with these top guys. Besides Josh Allen and Deshaun Watson, who was about 2.3 and 2.6% more with their deep passes, Herbert 11.3%, to Burrow 11.9%, and Patrick Mahomes 11.5%. Him with 10%, he's only 1% off with those deep passes. So, is Tua a check down Charlie? Is Tua, whatever you want to call him? Not really. He's averaged with the rest of the league. He's averaged with the guys he's drafted with. Again, he threw less behind the line of scrimmage passes than Herbert, then Patrick Mahomes, then Josh Allen, and then Deshaun Watson, but not by much with Deshaun Watson. So, no, I wouldn't call him a check down Charlie. Again, am I going to sit here and say he wasn't conservative with his passes last year? No. We all knew that he was really not wanting to mess things up. He didn't have 100% full grasp of that playbook. He didn't want to screw over his team. He didn't want to screw over his defense, 100%. But to call him a check down Charlie and all that stuff, it's busted. No, other quarterbacks, all the top-notch quarterbacks threw it behind the line of scrimmage way more. And even if you want to say, well, Doug, 0 to 10 yards also can be considered a check down, it doesn't really tell me where, because I would agree. If he threw it from 0 to 5 yards, I consider that a check down. It doesn't really tell me the percentage of 0 to 5 versus 5 to 10. So, like, if it's a 10-yard pass, I don't consider that a check down, even an 8-yard pass. But 0 to 5, I would. But even then, a good majority of these guys' attempts, right? Herbert, most of his attempts was 0 to 10. Burrow, most of his attempts were 0 to 10. All of these guys, most of their, little less than half of their attempts were 0 to 10. So again, it's on average. So this is busted. Tua was just, there. He was averaged when it came to spreading the ball out and his attempts of where. But if you look at the stats, he threw it behind the line of scrimmage less than these guys. So no, it's busted. Tua is not a check down Charlie. But be sure to comment below. I gave you your stats. I gave you all the facts. What do you guys have to say about that? comment below. And let's get you guys comment of the day. This comment comes from Miami Football Talk, and he says, comment of the day, do you think Gesicki will be more on the trading block now because of the comment Kelsey made, probably making Mike think he is worth more? I can't really go off of that. You know, Travis Kelce came out and said that Mike Gesicki is a top 5 tight end in the league, which look, I've been talking about that forever. You just look at his stats, his passing stats, receiving yards, touchdowns, all that stuff. He's getting up there. He's getting up to being top 5. I think he was top 4 when receiving yards with 725. I don't have the stats in front of me. I'm going to do it off my dome. So I don't think Travis Kelce saying anything or hyping him up is going to make him go, yeah, I deserve more money. I think Mike Gesicki is just going to keep doing his thing. And if they give him a contract extension, because he is a free agent next year and he's a 2nd round pick, so they can't put, they can't give him that extension. If they decide to wait, I think that'd be dumb. And if they decide to wait, then they are ready to move on from him, and Hunter Long will probably take his spot. But if they are smart and they think we want to build around him and Hunter Long and Adam Shaheen and have that trifecta of a very good tight end group, you re-sign him now. You re-sign him before training camp, or you re-sign him during training camp, and you get that done. Because if he comes out and he balls and he has another 800, 700 passing season, maybe more, then he's going to want more cheddar, because he's going to be like, I can get more on the market than I can get here. The thing is, the Dolphins have to sit back and realize Gesicki is not an all-around tight end. Gesicki is a pass-catching vertical threat tight end. You can't really put him in line and have, a single back wing, big wing formation, and have the defense not expect you to have Gesicki go out. Oh, Gesicki's in there versus, Shaheen, Smythe, and Long. You have Shaheen, Smythe, and Long in there, then you're kind of like, are they going to run it, or are they going to pass, or is this going to be play action? But you have, Long, Shaheen, and Gesicki out there. They're going to be like, this is straight up play action. Back it off. Gesicki's going to go out. There's no way on God's green earth they're going to have him stay in to block. Am I saying his blocking's horrible? Am I saying his blocking didn't get better? No. It definitely got better, and it's definitely not horrible anymore. But it is a big tell. It's like last year when they put Patrick Laird back there on 3rd down, 3rd and 3, and Patrick Laird's back there in shotgun with Tua. They're passing the ball because Ahmed, Washington, and Gaskin weren't really good at pass blocking, and they needed to keep somebody in there because the pressure was getting there too quick because the offensive line struggled in some games. So it all predicates on what he thinks his worth is and what the Dolphins think his worth is, especially being that he's a very finite type of tight end. He's not an all-around tight end. He's not a go-dirt. He's not he's not a Zach Ertz. He's not those type of tight ends. He's more of a Jimmy Graham. He's not a Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez could go out there and get you, great passing stats and all that stuff, but he also will block you into the ground. Jimmy Graham, on the other hand, will go out there and get you great passing stats, but he's not very good at blocking. So that's what it all predicates on. We'll see what happens. We'll see if, they talk to Gesicki and kind of address that with him. But if I'm the Dolphins, I would try. I feel like that's what they've done. They've tried with Mika Fitzpatrick, tried to get him to stay instead of wanting to be traded. He didn't. Vios Candias. I said that wrong. It's because I got cotton mouth. They tried it with Kenyon Drake. They wanted to re-sign him. He said no. I think I'm going to test the open market. They said, cool, we're going to trade you then, get something for you, because they don't think that the money he would have gotten in the open market would have got them comp picks. So they tried. They always try to re-sign you if they like you. I feel like they like Gesicki. I think they'll try. We'll see how that all pans out. But thank you, Miami Football Talk, for the comment. I hope I answered that comment. I hope you guys like these videos. I hope you like the Miami Dolphins Mythbuster videos. This is the last time I'm talking about Tua last year. I said that already. No more. This is the last video. We're not talking about Tua in 2020. We're talking about Tua in 2021. We're going to be breaking down how good he looks in camp, training camp, all that good stuff. No more talking about Tua in 2020. That is a done deal. New playbook, new Tua, training, all good stuff. Be sure to check out patchvibes.com. They have the Waddle patches available. If you want to go over it, get yourself one of them. Use the promo code DDW. You get yourself 20% off. They have other patches, t-shirts. Go check it out. Also, check out Miami Sports Music. Fantastic site and YouTube channel. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This is a rare Sunday video. Once the season comes, I'll be live on Sundays, but hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll see you either tomorrow or Tuesday with another great video. OTAs is tomorrow, Tuesday, and Thursday, so I'll probably give you an OTA video. But other than that, guys, like usual, stay classy. Fins up.